Hi everyone, welcome to my game of the month for February 2024. This is Nishikawa vs Habu from the first round of the 65th OE League. Playing Sente is Nishikawa Kazuhiro, ranked 6 dan, and playing Gote is Habu Yoshiharu, ranked 9 dan. I think this game really has it all, from a special opening to an endgame that I can only describe as beautiful beyond words. So the game begins with pawn to 7-6, pawn to 3-4, pawn to 6-6, rook to 3-2. Although Habu tends to play static rook in most of his pro games, he's also known for being an all-rounder, and his move is his response to Nishikawa closing the bishop diagonal with pawn to 6-6, which would put Nishikawa at a disadvantage if he were to insist on playing static rook against Habu's ranging rook. Instead, Nishikawa proceeds with bishop to 7-7, and Habu immediately advances his pawn to 3-5. In this position, silver to 7-8 and rook to 8-8 are both popular continuations, but Nishikawa plays pawn to 8-6. With this move, he maintains more flexibility in his formation. Pawn to 3-6, pawn takes, rook takes. Habu makes an attack against Nishikawa's 6-6 pawn. For example, after pawn drop 3-7, Habu would proceed with rook takes 6-6, bishop takes, bishop takes. In my previous video on the game between Sato and Sugai, I discussed how rooks are stronger than bishops in the opening, unless the bishops can find a way to unleash their tactical prowess. In this position, the bishops can dominate the rooks by attacking the unprotected pieces in Nishikawa's camp. For example, rook to 9-8, bishop takes 5-7 promotes, and even if Nishikawa fights back with rook drop 5-5, it wouldn't be enough after horse takes 3-9, gold takes, bishop drop 6-6, making another powerful fork. Therefore, Nishikawa needs to defend the 6-6 pawn, and he does so with rook to 6-8. This is double ranging rook, an opening which appears in only 2 or 3% of pro games in recent years. Personally, I'm always excited to see the game when a top professional like Habu experiments with uncommon openings. He faces a formidable opponent in Nishikawa, who has been a double ranging rook specialist since becoming a professional shogi player in 2008. Habu proceeds with gold to 7-2, silver to 7-8, silver to 6-2. Habu's castle is somewhat unusual, even in double ranging rook, an opening in which both players have significant freedom to choose their castle shapes. In fact, although some sources refer to this shape as a kinmino, meaning gold mino, there isn't a standard name for this castle as far as I know. Silver to 2-8, king to 6-1, king to 4-8, silver to 4-2, gold to 5-8, king to 7-1, silver to 6-7. One of the subtleties of this opening is that Nishikawa doesn't need to drop a pawn on the third file, because Habu doesn't have any pieces attacking the third file aside from his rook. As a result, Nishikawa not only keeps a pawn in hand, but also retains the option to develop his silver to 3-7. Here, Habu withdraws his rook to 3-2 to build his attacking shape. The opening continues with pawn to 4-6, pawn to 4-4, silver to 5-6, silver to 4-3. And perhaps Nishikawa would have had enough time to build his castle in this position, starting with gold to 4-7, silver to 3-4, silver to 3-7, preparing to answer silver to 3-5 with pawn drop 3-6. But in the game, he chooses a different path with pawn to 6-5, a big move that activates both his bishop and his rook. After Habu plays silver to 3-4, Nishikawa is no longer in time to play gold to 4-7, because after silver to 3-5, silver to 3-7, Habu could play pawn drop 3-6, making a foothold that disrupts the shape of Nishikawa's castle. I think this variation illustrates the importance of one move in shogi openings. But what Nishikawa has lost in castle shape, he gains compensation in the form of stronger attack with pawn to 8-5. Silver to 3-5, pawn to 6-4, pawn takes, pawn to 8-4, pawn takes, rook takes 6-4. The activation of Nishikawa's rook prevents Habu from capturing the pawn on 4-6, as according to the famous proverb, "Seme wa mamoru nari," attack becomes defense. Furthermore, thanks to his Tetsuji, Nishikawa can exchange 2 pawns using 1 tempo, and his position would be comfortable after pawn drop 6-3, rook takes 8-4, pawn drop 8-3, rook to 8-5, once again preventing Habu from capturing the pawn on 4-6 by setting up a counterattack with rook to 2-5. So instead, Habu strengthens the base of his own attack with pawn drop 3-6, and Nishikawa defends with gold to 3-8. In this position, Habu plays the move gold to 5-2. This isn't just a simple castling move. Habu spent 40 minutes to play this move, which is the longest amount of thinking time that either player would spend on a single move in this game. I think that the reason Habu thought long and hard about this move is because it creates a weakness on 4-1, which means that Nishikawa can now profit from a silver or bishop exchange, which are the most likely piece exchanges that could occur from this position. Ultimately, Habu decided to play this move anyway, which raises the following question. Is the possibility of dropping a piece on 4-1 a weakness, or is it a trap? If it's a trap, then Nishikawa takes the bait with pawn drop 3-7, aiming to bring out his silver to exchange Habu's attacking silver. Habu counters with silver to 6-3, and although Nishikawa can capture the 8-4 pawn as before, he decides to keep his rook on the 6 file and withdraws it to 6-8. In doing so, he's sacrificing a pawn to leave a weakness in Habu's castle, as well as retaining the possibility of making a powerful pawn drop to 6-4. Nishikawa's pawn on 4-6 is still hanging, but it remains a poisoned pawn. If Habu plays silver takes 4-6, then after pawn takes 3-6, rook takes, pawn drop 4-7, silver to 3-5, pawn drop 3-7, his attacking pieces would be in each other's way, and as a result, his rook would be trapped. In the game, Habu proceeds with pawn takes 3-7 promotes, silver takes, pawn drop 3-6, re-establishing the base of his attack, but now Nishikawa offers a dangerous silver trade with silver to 2-6. And although Habu cannot accept the silver trade, he finally captures the pawn on 4-6. Even if Nishikawa forces a silver trade with pawn drop 4-7, silver to 3-5, silver takes, Habu's rook can dodge the fork, and as for Nishikawa's attack of pawn drop 6-4, silver to 5-4, silver drop 6-3, silver takes, pawn takes promotes, gold takes, it transpires that after dropping a pawn to 4-7, Nishikawa would be one pawn short of redropping a pawn to 6-4, and therefore his attack would run out. In this position, Nishikawa is already 2 pawns down in material, and he decides to make a third pawn sacrifice with pawn drop 8-3. It's too dangerous to allow this base to remain, so Habu defends with gold takes, and as a result his gold is no longer defending against the attack of Nishikawa's rook on the 6th file. After Nishikawa plays silver to 4-7, Habu's position becomes critical. His silver can no longer escape from the exchange, and after getting a silver in hand, Nishikawa would create 2 simultaneous threats of silver drop 4-1 and pawn drop 6-4. To answer all of this, Habu responds with a wonderful tesuji. Pawn drop 6-7, rook takes, pawn drop 6-6. If rook takes, then Habu could play pawn to 4-5, activating his bishop and creating an escape route to 5-5 for his silver. For example, after rook to 6-5, silver to 5-4, rook to 6-9, silver to 5-5, Habu would still have a 1 pawn material advantage, but more importantly, his king is now in a safer position compared to Nishikawa's king because he has avoided a silver exchange. So in the game, Nishikawa instead plays bishop takes, and Habu plays pawn drop 6-5. If Nishikawa escapes to 7-7, then Habu can exchange silvers and seize the advantage with a fork on 6-6. So Nishikawa escapes to 8-8, and pawn to 4-5. Although he can't avoid a silver exchange, Habu has succeeded in dropping a pawn to 6-5, lessening the pressure from Nishikawa's rook. At the moment, Nishikawa's bishop is unprotected, and if he exchanges on 2-2, then he would allow Habu's rook to escape. So instead he makes a dangling pawn on 4-4. Until this point in the middle game, both players have relied on pawn tesujis to make positional gains, scattering their pawns around the board like rumbling storm clouds. Now, beginning with the first piece exchange, the game is about to enter a new phase. Silver takes 4-7 promotes, gold takes from the right. It might not be immediately clear why Nishikawa recaptured this way instead of the more natural recapture from the left, but I think the reason is because Nishikawa expected Habu's next move, silver drop 6-6, so that the gold on 5-8 can reinforce Nishikawa's defense against this flanking silver drop. Rook to 6-8, bishop takes 4-4, pawn drop 6-4. This is another pawn tesuji, breaking the connection between Habu's silver and gold. After silver takes, silver drop 4-1, rook to 4-2, silver takes 5-2 promotes, rook takes, Nishikawa makes a fork with gold drop 4-3, and Habu is forced to sacrifice his bishop with bishop takes 2-6, pawn takes, rook to 1-2. I think that this position appears favorable to Nishikawa, but the game is still a close game. Although Nishikawa has a material advantage, he can't easily activate his rook and bishop without a sacrifice that would restore material equality. Although Nishikawa's castle is stronger, Habu's attacking pieces are greater in strength and closer in distance. Nishikawa also has the initiative in the current position, but if he were to make a slow move like gold takes 3-6, then Habu might capitalize with silver drop 8-7 to force exchanges at a moment when Nishikawa's pieces become uncoordinated. Therefore, in the game, Nishikawa proceeds with bishop drop 4-1, aiming to make a powerful horse on 6-3. Habu responds with silver to 5-5, making an early escape from the horse promotion while preparing pawn to 4-6. In this position, I think that bishop takes 2-3 promotes could be an alternative to a move that Nishikawa plays in the game. After pawn to 4-6, gold takes 3-6, Nishikawa could aim for an escape route to the upper right area of the board. My feeling is that Nishikawa would have an advantage in this position. In the game, Nishikawa proceeds with pawn drop 3-2, shutting down the defensive power of Habu's rook. Pawn to 4-6, gold takes 3-6. In this position, it's difficult for Habu to step in with silver drop 6-7, because after gold takes, silver takes promotes, rook takes, gold drop 4-7, Nishikawa would escape not to 3-9, whereupon Habu could make a dangerous attack with silver drop 2-7, but to 5-9. And after silver drop 5-8, king to 6-8, silver takes 6-7 promotes, king takes, silver to 6-6, king to 7-8, Habu doesn't have enough firepower to catch Nishikawa's king, whereas Habu's own king would be in a much more dangerous position after giving Nishikawa a lot of attacking pieces. In the game, Habu makes a super defense, king to 8-2. I think the meaning of this move is comparatively easy to understand. It's an early escape, anticipating the dangerous horse promotion on 6-3. It might not be a flashy pawn strategy or a stunning checkmate sequence, but I hope you remember this one move from the game. Professional players are often known for their deep opening research or their superhuman reading ability, and I think that their masterful positional understanding, demonstrated with moves like king to 8-2, sometimes fails to get the praise they deserve. When Nishikawa promotes his bishop to 6-3, Habu responds with silver drop 5-4, trying to further increase his king safety by forcing the horse to move away and defend the gold. Instead, Nishikawa steps in with horse to 6-2, silver takes 4-3, bishop takes 6-6, pawn takes, silver drop 7-2, making a threat mate of horse to 7-1. If Habu tries to make an escape route with pawn to 7-4, then the threat mate sequence would continue with horse to 7-1, king to 7-3, horse takes 8-1, and Nishikawa's attack is gaining both speed and material. Instead, Habu sidesteps the attack with king to 9-2. If Nishikawa proceeds with horse to 7-1, Habu can defend the attack with gold drop 8-2. So in the game, Nishikawa plays silver takes 8-3 promotes, king takes, pawn drop 8-5. Although this attack might appear thin at a glance, Habu's king is in a great deal of danger. For example, after pawn takes, Nishikawa can gain a valuable pawn in hand with gold takes 4-6, silver takes, horse to 6-1. If Habu blocks on 7-2, then pawn drop 8-4 is devastating, and if he escapes to 8-4, then Nishikawa can corner his king with gold drop 7-5. If he escapes to 7-4, then after gold drop 7-5, king to 6-3, rook takes 6-6, king to 5-4, rook takes 4-6, Nishikawa would achieve sabaki for his pieces, and Habu's position would be hopeless. So instead of defending, Habu goes out to attack. Gold drop 4-7, gold takes, pawn takes promotes, king takes, pawn drop 4-6. One key point of this position is that after giving Nishikawa another golden hand, Habu's king is now in a threat mate. For example, if Nishikawa escapes to 3-8 and Habu gives chase with silver drop 4-7, king to 2-8, silver takes 3-6 promotes, then Nishikawa could give checkmate with pawn takes 8-4, king takes, rook to 8-8, pawn drop 8-5, gold drop 7-5, king to 8-3, rook takes 8-5, king to 9-2, gold drop 8-2, and mate. The reason that Nishikawa didn't choose this escape route is because Habu would actually have a checkmate, beginning with gold drop 3-8, king to 1-8, silver drop 2-7, king takes, silver takes 3-6 promotes. If king takes 3-8, then pawn to 4-7 promotes, king to 3-9, pawn drop 3-8, king to 4-9, bishop drop 6-7. If the king escapes, then gold drop 5-8, and otherwise, gold drop 4-8 is checkmate on Habu's next move. Alternatively, if king takes, then rook takes 3-2, and Nishikawa would have a few ways to interpose, but all of them lead to mate. For example, pawn drop 3-5, bishop drop 5-4, silver drop 4-5, bishop takes, king takes, silver to 4-4, king to 3-6, rook takes 3-5, king to 2-7, gold drop 2-8, king to 1-6, silver drop 1-5, and checkmate. So just to recap, king to 3-8 is a losing move that would lead to immediate checkmate. Nishikawa could also play gold takes, but I think that this move would be an overplay that leaves his king to expose and gives Habu multiple ways to win the game. So in the game, Nishikawa does his best with king to 3-7, and this gives Habu the chance to play bishop drop 5-9, king to 2-7, bishop takes 6-8, promotes, eliminating Nishikawa's threat mate by capturing the rook, and thereby fulfilling two objectives with one move. In fact, this move is a threat mate removing threat mate, because now Nishikawa's king is in a threat mate beginning with silver drop 3-8. If Nishikawa merely defends his threat mate, Habu can bring his material advantage to bear and win the game with a threat mate sequence. Now, in order to survive and turn the tables on Habu, Nishikawa must find his own threat mate removing threat mate. First he gives a check, horse to 6-1, and Habu can't drop a silver because it would lift the threat mate from Nishikawa's king, so his only move is to escape to 7-4. And I think that Nishikawa's next move is like a ray of sunlight piercing through a thunderstorm. Gold takes 4-6. This is the ace up his sleeve, a threat mate removing threat mate on Habu's king. It's not a difficult threat mate to remove, and after the game, the players discussed a possibility of gold drop 2-8, king takes, rook drop 4-8, gold drop 3-8, rook takes 4-6 promotes. Even though Habu can remove the threat mate in this variation, Nishikawa can now defend with pawn drop 4-7, dragon takes 2-6, pawn drop 2-7, dragon to 3-5, horse takes 4-3, and the game would remain very difficult. After all, Habu could easily lose the game with a single mistake. At this critical moment, he makes a decisive move. Silver drop 3-8. Nishikawa has no choice but to accept this sacrifice, and after king takes, Habu's sleeping rook comes alive, and the rook takes 3-2, putting Nishikawa's king in check. In this position, Nishikawa's king is not the only king in great danger, because Habu has just paid the price of a silver, adding to the number of pieces Nishikawa could use to checkmate Habu's king. The endgame has now reached its climax, and Nishikawa must decide how to block Habu's check. First, there is pawn drop 3-7, and although this move would have blocked the Tetsuji that Habu played in the game, it leaves Nishikawa's king with less room to survive. It turns out that Nishikawa was absolutely right not to play this move, because Habu does have a checkmate with gold drop 4-8. If king takes, then rook drop 5-8, and if king to 2-8, rook drop 3-8. Both will lead to an early mate. I think the toughest defense would be king to 2-7, silver drop 3-8, king to 1-8, silver takes 2-9 unpromotes. If king to 2-7, then rook takes 3-7 promotes, so king takes, rook drop 3-9, king to 1-8, rook to 3-8 promotes. The key point is that Nishikawa can only interpose with the general piece, and it doesn't matter whether it's gold or silver. For example, silver drop 2-8, dragon takes, king takes, rook takes 3-7 promotes, king takes, silver takes 4-6, king takes. And I think that if you can feel that a checkmate exists in this position, then you truly have the endgame intuition of a professional shogi player. Nevertheless, the only way to be sure is to read out this position until checkmate. If you'd like to do this, please pause the video now. The next move is knight drop 3-4. And if the king runs to 5-5, then silver drop 4-6. If the king runs to 3-5, then horse takes 5-7. If the king runs to 3-6, it's an early mate by transposition to the variation after king to 3-7, pawn drop 3-6. King takes, horse to 5-8. If king to 4-5, then silver drop 4-4. So king to 2-7, gold drop 3-6, king to 1-8, silver drop 2-7, king to 2-9, gold to 3-8, and checkmate. Returning to this position, if king takes 4-8, then gold drop 3-7. Otherwise, after king to 2-7, gold drop 3-7, king to 1-6, silver drop 2-7, king to 1-5, pawn to 1-4, king to 2-5, knight to 3-3, king to 3-5, horse takes 5-7, and it's checkmate once again. So to summarize, if Nishikawa had played pawn drop 3-7, the game would have ended in a beautiful checkmate. In the game, Nishikawa plays pawn drop 3-5. And Habu's king is still in a threat mate, but he deals with it by playing rook drop 5-8, pawn drop 4-8, silver drop 4-9. If king takes, then after horse to 5-9, king to 3-8, horse takes 4-8, king to 2-7, horse takes 2-6, king takes, rook to 2-8 promotes, Nishikawa is out of pawns, and if he interposes with any piece, Habu can give checkmate with gold drop 2-5. Otherwise, after king to 3-6, rook takes 3-5. If gold takes, then gold drop 4-6, and if king takes, then silver to 4-4, king to 3-6, pawn to 3-5, king to 4-7, silver takes 4-6, king takes, dragon to 4-8, king to 5-6, gold drop 5-5, and checkmate. In the game, Nishikawa escapes to 2-7, and Habu proceeds with rook takes 5-7 promotes, a move that would not have been possible after pawn drop 3-7, yet in the end, it seems that this was unavoidable. Nishikawa does his best with pawn to 4-7, and Habu rips off the gold on 4-6 with his dragon, a threat mate removing threat mate. Nishikawa captures the dragon and puts Habu's king in a threat mate beginning with gold drop 3-5. In response, Habu goes for checkmate with gold drop 3-6, king takes, horse takes 4-6, king to 3-7, silver to 3-8. If king to 1-6, then gold drop 1-5, king takes, pawn to 1-4, king to 1-6, pawn to 1-5, king to 2-5, horse takes 3-5, and checkmate. So Nishikawa plays king takes, and Habu's rook flies down the board with rook takes 3-5, and seeing this move, Nishikawa actually resigns. It must be a simple checkmate for players of their caliber. The king escapes to 4-9, then after pawn drop 4-8, if king to 5-9, then rook to 3-9 promotes, and with king to 5-8, then gold drop 5-7. So king takes 4-8, pawn drop 4-7, king to 5-9, rook to 3-9 promotes, pawn drop 4-9, gold drop 6-8, and checkmate. Otherwise, if silver drop 3-7, then rook takes promotes, knight takes, gold drop 4-7. If king to 2-7, then gold takes 3-7 and horse takes 3-7 are both checkmate, whereas after king to 2-9, silver drop 3-8, king to 1-8, horse 3-6, king to 2-8, horse to 2-7, and checkmate. In this game, Habu defended tenaciously after Nishikawa took the lead in the opening, and although Nishikawa put up a great fight in the endgame, Habu played flawlessly and won the game. Thank you for watching.